Hello, my name is Mike Goldman, and welcome to On the Mic, coming to you from the fabulous North Bondi Surf Life Saving Club. And before Kim Kardashian was breaking the internet with her big fat ass, this girl next to me was breaking the internet with something else. Her good looks, her charm, her personality, and so many incredible stories over the years of being the world's most downloaded woman. You may recognize her from shows like Fat Pizza, and let's just talk about her. She's right here. She's beautiful. She is amazing.
Thank you.
She's not wearing her own swimwear.
I'm not. I should
brand
be.
Today,
it's bloody hot in here.
Well, maybe we should just go for a swim.
I think we might.
You look amazing.
Thank you, sweetheart.
It's so good to see you.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for doing it. And we've known each other for a long time, and you're a Bondi girl. And I wanted to get you on the show and have a chat about life and what's going on with you. And you know, I wanted to not have the Annalise Braakensiek who is, you know, you see in the TV shows like Fat Pizza doing the stiffy ab trimmer or anything like that.
That's not Annalise. That's my character, Claudia McPherson.
You've got so much going for you, and you're such an intelligent girl, and there's so much going on in the world that I want to ask you about, and I want to see that side of you.
Okay.
What do you reckon?
Let's do it.
But we'll still show the hot photos on screen for the people who just want to see you. So they think you look really good.
Oh, rather than me just being hot and sweating projectile right here, right now.
You are. So how's it going? How's life?
It's been grand. It's been quite a journey. I've been extraordinarily lucky, and I continue to be so. And I work my guts out as well. But I'm concentrating now more on my cooking, my love lunch, cooking and wellness retreats, and my jewellery collection. Which is what I originally studied at university.
Right.
So
cool.
it's really nice to kind of go back to full circle in that sense.
So let's go right back to the beginning here. When did you first realise that you wanted to be a supermodel?
I did not ever want to become a supermodel.
I must, because I realised when I was about 12, but it never worked out. So who hit you up and said maybe you should start modelling? Where were you in the world? Where did you come from? I was
just down there at the South End, and an Italian photographer who was doing very well at the time and who continues to do very well, Davide Tamarozzi, scouted me.
Bless you. What did you say? Davide Tamarozzi.
Davide Tamarozzi, an Italian photographer, and I was aware of his work, being I guess an art lover and a photography lover. And I didn't know at the time if I wanted to do jewellery or art or languages, but I definitely was, always, obsessed with art. And so I was familiar with his work. But I was in disbelief when he came up to me and wanted me to model, because I hadn't ever considered it, really. And looks were not something that were revered in our family whatsoever. It was about intelligence and creativity and...
So what is that? That's what your parents brought you up to do? I mean, they brought you up to be an intelligent, creative woman. Yes. What were you going to be when you were a kid? An artist?
Yeah, I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to teach art in third world countries. And be an artist. And so when he asked me to model, I was like, not me, are you kidding me? Like, you got to be joking. I said, I'll help you find locations and I'll help you work with other girls.
Scandinavia or Sweden, or where's your family from?
My papa bear is from Norway. And my mama is from Praha, from Czechoslovakia.
Oh, cool. I'm going to the Czech Republic soon.
Nice.
Do you ever head back that way? Or
I do.
Are they still there?
Yeah, I've been to Praha and met some of my relatives. Unfortunately, a lot of them have passed away in concentration camp on my mother's and grandmother's side.
Yeah.
And I have only just reconnected with my Norwegian side of the family, because I met my blood father when I was 25 for the first time.
Yeah, right.
And so I haven't yet done that, but my cousin lives in Sweden.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a nice European sojourn this time and see all my family, friends and family, and my godkids. And
so are you a practicing Jewish person? Do you celebrate Hanukkah and all that kind of stuff?
I did with Nana and with my godparents, but I wouldn't say I'm practicing Jew. I think I'm very, very spiritual, and I honour it. And it's definitely half of my heritage, but I wasn't brought up Jewish. So I was brought up in a Rudolf Steiner education as a child of the universe.
What's that? What's an Ina Steiner?
Rudolf Steiner is an Austrian philosopher.
Oh, yeah.
And he devised biodynamic farming and a wonderful method of education, in my humble opinion. It's very creative, and it's all about kind of not competing with other people, just yourself. And
because that sucks in society today, doesn't it? When especially a lot of kids, they'll sit there on Instagram and they'll see someone wearing a bikini on the beach and go, "Oh, that girl's got 250,000 likes. I want to be like her." When there should be so much more than that.
Yeah, Yeah, I think it's a very difficult situation, and I'm grateful that I was brought up the antithesis of that without even a TV. And back then that wasn't normal to not have a TV, but you know, we were really encouraged to play music and to garden, horse ride and play with the animals, which is something I'm very grateful for.
But I'm not saying it's bad to be a girl on the beach getting 250,000 likes.
Thank you.
I mean, there's a lot of girls out there who and guys who will get an amazing following online, and then they turn it into a business.
Yep.
But I think that there's a lot of young girls and guys out there that, you know, very impressionable and would see something like that and they would
Get
go,
intimidated.
Well, that's really intimidating. I got
Yeah.
2 likes on a photo that I thought is really good.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a bad thing?
I mean, it's a difficult one to embrace in many ways, because I myself have 3 million followers, and they're all organic, and it has been beneficial for me to have this. I guess it's almost like I consider it my own platform, my own magazine, because you have then the capacity to showcase what it is you want to share. For me, there's a mixture of the animal rights stuff I do and the Are You Okay and cancer charities, plus all my design work that I do and other people who I believe in. And then obviously travel. I love to travel. And people love to live vicariously through you when you travel. And so it's kind of nice to be able to share that, and obviously all my health and wellness stuff.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of people reach out to you on your website, from young kids to dudes in India or whatever?
Yeah, I got a couple of dudes in India too.
Where do they come from, and what do they say? Is anyone asking you for advice?
Yes, a lot of advice, which I feel really honoured to be able to share, because I have, gone through a gamut of I guess health problems without knowing it. I.e., I've had Ross River fever and glandular fever and dengue fever.
What?
From I guess excessive travelling, and I've had some really bad. And I'm the healthiest person I know, but I was incapacitated, like immobilised with just being. And how can this happen?
Where did you catch those? What part of the world? So I know not to go there.
I got meningitis in Mexico, and I believe I got Ross River fever up north in Byron, where my mum's from.
There's lots of things you can catch in Byron. That's for sure. Careful up in Byron.
Including a nice little wave at Watergoes. And then I got dengue in Bali. So,
wow.
So
what does it do to you, getting dengue?
Do not want to know, babe. It's hideous.
Whole
it's
body's just paralysed.
Yeah, and I actually had a heart attack from it as well. So, and it feels like, they call it the bone breaking disease, and it literally feels like you're getting run over every single bone simultaneously by trucks. It is so excruciatingly painful, and then you've got a rash all over and super high fever, and just don't get it.
Don't want to get dengue.
No.
My friend's cousin got dengue fever, and they're on holidays in Bali, and everyone dressed up in disco gear and went into his hospital room and started singing dengue fever, and he got up and punched one of them in the face. He wasn't impressed. It's not a good thing to catch.
No, it's not a nice thing.
So let's talk about your career and everything, every of these amazing things you've done, because you've got a sleepwear brand, you've had a bra brand, your jewelry brand that you're launching. So you're actually converting dollars out of your following that you've built over the years of being the world's most downloaded woman and front covers of magazines, and now you're 3 million followers on Facebook and social media. For people out there that might be looking at their following and go, oh, hey, I could start making some bucks out of this. What advice would you give to them?
So as I said, I'm probably the most untechnical person you've ever met.
Yeah.
Like, I have crystals everywhere and salt lamps, because I'm like, I just feel like I don't speak computerese very well.
You need some more stuff.
I know, I do. It's the only language I don't speak is computerese. I speak 6 other languages. So I was like, okay.
6 languages?
Yeah, I do. And it's like, I need interns for that shit, because I go nuts with it. So my following is organic, which I'm proud of, because I guess organic is like my hero word and love.
You love organic.
But apparently it works with regular posting, and then Facebook rewards you with that. And so I didn't know any of this.
I literally found that out the other day. Apparently, if you keep pumping out the posts, then it sends you to the top of the feed, so people will see them. If you just go, I'm a bit lazy, I'm just going to send one up every couple of days, or it doesn't. Not as many people see it.
Yeah, apparently there's got algorithms that.
But you have to get people to like it or make comments on it or share it, and then the algorithms go, hey, we're going to share this stuff.
Yep. Yeah. So it's all a bit above and beyond me, but I think it is, very clever, I'd say, to kids out there, to anyone out there. If you can, convert following into finance. That's something that goes along with your ethics. So for me, I would never put my name to anything that I don't believe in. So whether that be an eco-friendly fashion label I shot for yesterday, or all the food, the organic and vegan food companies that I'm very proud ambassador for, or Are You Okay? Or the list goes on. For me, it's imperative that I only work with companies who I'm ethically aligned with, and I'm very grateful that I have that capacity now. When I was a younger model, I was wearing orange earrings and God knows what, but it was cash.
Me too.
Yeah, but it was cash, and it garnered this incredible capacity for me, like to learn all the beautiful food that I've learned how to cook, and then all the languages I've learned how to speak, and I guess travel is, I think, one of the best universities of life as well, So
are you a vegan because you love animals or because you hate plants?
I love animals. I'm not a vegan. I'm predominantly vegan. I do love animals extremely. And I'm allergic to wheat and dairy, and I choose not.
Gluten's cool. You like gluten?
I'm allergic, baby.
I love gluten.
Oh, gluten.
Yeah, no.
Gluten-free.
So many people out there that are allergic to wheat and gluten, and kids now, they're being more and more allergic to stuff, and seeing increases in cancers. Where is this all coming from the food?
I mean, this is, I'm not a doctor, but from what I have definitely experienced, and a lot of my Love Lunch customers, and, I hold cooking and wellness retreats, and that is something I'm going into more and more in the future. And I'm about to partner up with a health guru. He's just incredible, and he specializes in blood analysis and cleansing, and he's very, very much of the opinion that that is the reason, and preservatives.
Yeah, I've spoken to doctors who will say off the record, because they wouldn't say it publicly, that it's got to do with the food, and we've got food scientists rather than nutritionists that are making food taste good rather than be healthy for you.
Absolutely.
And giving it a shelf life of 2 years. Don't stick anything in your body if it says that it's going to be okay to eat for the next 2 years. That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. So and so that's what Love Lunch is. I mean, it's what I've always been about, and I truly believe, we were brought up on a biodynamic farm. We had to eat the food within 20 minutes, so it still had its life force, and for that I'm just ever so grateful, because the doctors...
Really?
Yeah.
So you have to eat your food within 20 minutes of plucking it out of the ground?
That's right, mate.
Because it's got the life energy in it.
Yeah.
I remember years ago, a friend of mine who's into all that kind of stuff and showed me photos of plants through a certain filter, and you could actually see the energy on them.
Yep.
That shit's crazy.
It is.
Are you serious? So is that for real?
It is. Absolutely. I mean, you can tell the difference if you're eating beautiful organic food, that's fresh out of the garden versus something packaged and, ripened in a box, traveling from here to Timbuktu, polluting the world in doing so. I mean, the difference is it's incredible. And what's so wonderful for me, having held my first cooking and wellness retreat recently, seeing the transformation in my clients, I guess, in just 3.5 days.
Yeah, what?
It was
just from eating the right food.
Eating the right food, meditating, doing yoga, having hot water lemon, and, just all the things that I've kind of picked up along the way that have helped me. I'm 45 now, and I'm still modelling with bloody 20-year-olds.
Oh, darling, you can model till you're 80. Did you see that story in the paper today about that 86-year-old model who she was a supermodel back in the 1950s. She was one of the world's first supermodels. Yeah. And she's just been picked up at 87 or something like that.
Girl.
To be the face of Owenko or something like that, it's called. Right. Her last name's Self. So, and apparently she invented the selfie.
Okay. No, I'm not familiar with her.
I just made it up.
I have no idea.
That is her last name, and I completely stuffed that joke. But your business is called the Love Lunch. So that's basically where once or twice a week you make this massive, amazing feast, and people pay over the internet and come pick it up.
It was doing that. Yeah. In the process of penning my cookbook, and in that process, I wanted to test my recipes, and so. Someone said, if I give you some money, can you test them on me? And then that just grew into this catering company. Yeah, wow, cool. But it was too much for me to handle at the time, still designing for bras and things. Yeah. My lingerie, my organic, eco-friendly lingerie range for larger bust sizes. And because we couldn't find anything.
Try not to look when girls talk about their boobs. Try not to look at their boobs.
So I was just it was just hard. You know, I have to clone myself, I think, into like 15 people. But at the same time, now Love Lunch is more sharing recipes. I'm doing cooking classes, which are really fun. I'm doing private cooking classes, about to launch into public ones.
Yeah, cool.
Location 2.
I need to learn how to cook. I'm the only person I know that can burn water.
Okay.
I am hopeless.
That's a remarkable skill.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as a druid.
We could do classes on how to burn water. So do you call it love lunch because my mum reckons when she cooks a meal, she puts love into the food?
Absolutely.
So you're actually feeling love?
Absolutely.
I love the people who are putting the love into it. How do you put love into food? You just feel it.
Yeah, well, I mean, love is the main ingredient 100% in everything I cook. And if I'm not
really?
in it, 100%.
Wow.
And you can taste, I believe you can taste the love. And so not only the beautiful produce and the way.
So do I.
But you can. And I think the difference of fuck, it's such a schmendry.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to bad man. Yeah, so tell me how you taste the love. Talk me through it.
Michael?
You can smack me if you like.
I believe if it's made with love, there's ways in which I cook. It's ethically sourced. It's organic. It's come from growers who love what they're doing as well.
Yeah.
Not killing animals. That is one part of it.
Yeah.
And the other part of it is that I absolutely love food. For me, it's like edible art.
Yeah.
And I love creating it.
I've never heard it called that before. That's so cool. Edible art.
Yeah. That's what I mean. And if I'm upset, I always either want to paint, draw, or cook.
Yeah.
It's just something that's so cathartic for me. And then to have it be a delicious outcome that makes people happy and brings them together.
Yeah.
And it's just a beautiful process.
Family food tastes better, doesn't it?
Mate, you haven't tried mine.
Have you? I want to try your food. And especially if you're going to cook it with love. I would love to taste your love. Just don't tell my girlfriend. She'll freak out, man. She's an amazing cook. Hello, darling, if you're watching. I'm in so much trouble. Because I watched this documentary on water and how they're putting energy into water. Have you seen that?
Incredible.
And I'm just sporadically spurting out the facts here as I always do. But they had this room full of people and putting energy into the water, and the water would apparently give you health benefits.
Yep.
And there's other things they did, like they'd freeze water while they're playing different kinds of music. It was like they played death metal and it froze and it was all jagged and weird and disgusting, and then they might have played some nice classical music and it was these incredible snowflakes.
Like
and our bodies are 80% water or 90% water or something like that. So it makes sense to make sure you're drinking the nice water and you're actually eating food that's in a good atmosphere. It's made by people who actually care.
With some deep, dirty, sexy house music, and then you're on the health track.
Do you make your food with deep, dirty, sexy house music?
I do like a bit of house. I got to say, I dance around, a hula hoop, a juggle. Yeah, but it just depends. If I make
it's orgasmic organic.
It's like, it is. It just depends on what country of origin I'm cooking, what mood, if it's day or night, and also what country. But I generally play music depending on my mood and depending on the country of origin. Okay. So I get some Latina stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, I also speak to my food in that language as well.
You talk to your food?
Yeah.
Nice.
I talk to my food and I give it lots of kisses. So if I'm making sushi, for example, like...
So if I order food from your love lunch, there's a chance that you probably kissed it.
I have. Like, I haven't slobbered all over it, but I have. I before I put it in the oven, or, I do.
Do you make sure you haven't got a coleslaw or anything like that? That wouldn't be good.
That'd be ridiculous. I mean, energetically, and I do blow kisses. So, there you go. It's made
incredible.
with love, and everything I design, and so the love heart is one of my, my part of my logo, because it is who I am, really. And
I'm fascinated by the whole.
Self.
I'm fascinated by the whole vegan, vegetarian thing because, to be honest, I've been trying to do it for the last couple of years, and I've cut back on my meat a lot because when I was growing up, I was given meat and 2 veg for dinner, chicken for lunch, and it'd be like bacon and eggs for breakfast, and it's not good for the human body to eat that much meat, and I'm someone who needs food for energy like everyone else. But if I'm in a situation where it's like, there's nothing here that's not vegan, it's all just, sausages and steaks and snags and burgers. And then what do you do when you're at a party like that? I mean, it's so frustrating.
Don't eat and you get hungry.
Yeah. Just call Deliveroo. They're not a sponsor, by the way.
Yeah. I'm a notorious snack carrier. I just bring little things of nuts and things like that.
Did you bring any food?
I didn't. I'm bloody Ravenous, though.
Not that notorious then, are you?
No, when I'm working. But I tell you what, I did an Are You OK regional tour, the Conversation Convoy in WA recently to help because, suicide is very rife in the Indigenous communities and the mining communities, as well as a lot of other communities. But
entertainment industry, and they did a survey on it recently, and it's through the roof.
Yeah.
And you'll see a lot about it in the next couple of months. There's a song that's been put together by a friend of mine from the band George.
Okay.
And he's getting like everyone from Peter Garrett to Powderfinger and different bands to all do this song because it's a horrible thing in the entertainment industry and also bullying with kids. That poor little girl Dolly who was bullied online recently and topped herself, but
breaks my heart.
Yeah. So tell us what you're doing with Are You OK and how's it working? I'm
a very proud ambassador. I lost my cousin to suicide. Many years ago, which was obviously very, very traumatic for all of us. And then I've since lost quite a few girlfriends, and I've known people who have, including myself, suffered depression, and so I just feel really, really strongly about trying to prevent people from getting to that point with sharing my story, other people's stories, health, training. Tips and eating well and all these things that really can help with mental health, but also just accepting like some days it's okay not to be okay. And so I do various things from going on tour and sharing my story.
How did you get out of depression when you were depressed?
Money of these goes to Are You OK? A percentage of everyone.
Oh, yeah, okay. So they're ones you sell?
Yeah. So
cool.
I'm an ambassador for an eco cafe brand.
Oh, yeah.
And with every package, he gives, I think it's like 25%.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
To Are You OK?
Nice. So how did you get out of depression? Because I've been depressed over the years.
Yep.
About ridiculous things, and the times when I've been depressed, I've felt like it was this ball of something inside your body that you're feeding by saying negative things. And I found the best way to bring myself out of it was just writing a list of good things about your family and your friends and a holiday you might have coming up and a job that you might have around the corner and the things that will help drag you out of it. That worked for me. Is that what you would do?
So cognitive behavioural therapy, that kind of sounds like.
Is that what I just talked about?
Similar.
Okay.
which is a wonderful technique, and I'm very grateful. I've got some wonderful healers, kinesiologists and healer at Health Space, and they've been very, very helpful. And having a couple of legendary friends who are not only empathetic but who have been through it, so they understand. So sometimes it's like, you're so immobilized with pain. In my case, it was situational. My father died, my friend died, my girlfriend hung herself, my stepfather got cancer, my grandpa died. Ugh. I got very badly ripped off on a bit. Like, it was just like, wow, like, can anything else go wrong? Yeah. And then at the same time, you've got this kind of absolute misjudgment of people going, what do you got to be depressed about? You're a successful model and, you've got this life, and it's like,
so true.
It's just this, that really, really hurt me that people didn't understand and were judgmental. And that's another reason I wanted to be involved, because it can happen to anyone.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's like Robin Williams. I mean, that came from nowhere.
Yeah.
And so many different...
perhaps childhood traumas and perhaps things that people have no idea about, So I think working on it deeply and truly, like from within yourself, for me, kinesiology and healing, like I said, I live at Health Space. They've been remarkable.
Where's that place? What's Health Space?
Health Space is in Australia. I think they've got 16 or 17 around Australia, and it literally is a kinesiologist and a chiropractor and a healer and Reiki and acupuncturist and an infrared sauna, everything under one space. So every kind of, alternative healing under one roof. So rather than schlepping across and having a sauna here and doing this there, you can just really go dig deep.
So you just walk in and go, what am I going to do today? I'm going to put some crystals on my head and meditate, or am I going to go in an infrared sauna? I love the infrared sauna.
How good is it?
Oh, my God.
Speaking of which, we may as well be in one right now.
There's one called Nimbus & Co. And I don't
Yeah.
know how it works, but there's 3 levels of infrared rays that go into your body. They disrupt
Amazing.
your core or whatever, or your molecular structure of your body, and get all the toxins out. And I'd never slept so well after doing that.
They're amazing.
It's really worth doing.
And so the yoga that I do at Body Mind Life, they've got infrared heating as well. So it's like you're doing yoga underneath that. So you're rinsing from the inside and the outside, and it's epic. You have to try that too.
It's like we're doing it now. It's such
I know.
It's a balmy, sweaty day here at Bondi Beach, that's for sure, here in North Bondi Surf Club.
It's hot in here.
So you've obviously lost a lot of people to cancer. I mean, we talk about suicide and cancer. It sucks, but hey, that's the real world. That's what happened. My dear old dad, he's still around. He's had cancer for about 6 years now.
Right.
But he had bowel, liver, lung.
I'm so sorry.
And then he's just said, look, I've had enough of chemo, and we've set him up with a different doctor who you mentioned the blood work and analysing the blood. And I didn't know this, but apparently fat is a good source of taking the toxins away from your vital organs.
Yep.
And
Good fat.
and they were giving him, I only gave him months to live, and it's been over a year now. He looks better.
Wonderful.
The cancer hasn't moved much.
Yeah.
And he's still getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and doing his radio show on 2SM.
Isn't that wonderful?
He's killing it. So I think. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from doctors and research and years of medical training, but I just think people need to look at alternative therapies
methods.
as well as something to go
100% agree.
in parallel with what the doctors are saying, because it can make so much difference. And,
Absolutely.
and another thing that I really think that people need to do if they're ever found themselves or a family or friend in that situation is just keep your brain working. Don't go, right, I just got to quit work and sit on the couch till I get better. Don't do that. That is the worst thing that you could possibly do. You've got to focus on your friends, your family,
the good things in life,
your jobs,
health, your wellness,
and enjoy yourself, because I think negativity is something that can bring in, and I wouldn't say 100% that it'd give you cancer, but I think it could.
Aggression.
Anyway, let's not talk about this.
It's depressing.
I'm gonna cry. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to talk about some cool, fun stuff. Like, we went on the Great Walk to Beijing, I think it was. We walked along the Great Wall of China with Olivia Newton-John, our good buddy, who I haven't spoken to since then. Have you spoken to her?
I have.
She still speaks to you?
She's beautiful.
Where did she return my calls? Olivia, where are you? You taught me so much. She used to sing to us every morning on this walk to Beijing. Anyway,
beautiful human.
Talking about freaking cancer again. She had cancer, and she
invited all
it's
of us.
unavoidable, isn't it? But she invited us all to help raise funds to build this hospital, the Olivia Newton-John Cancer Wellness Centre in Melbourne. And the government matched a lot of money that she raised. I think they ended up getting $50 million to build this research centre that's now there. But it was such an incredible time. What do you remember from doing the trek, the walk?
Apart from the very, very frightening hideousness of all sorts of dead animals with their head on the plate, thinking that was a wonderful gift to us. I understand from their perspective.
The food was disgusting.
And remember the little lammy's head with the tongue and all the dogs. And so I was quite traumatized by the dead animal situation. But it was just such a wonderful feeling to all be there together for such a cause and to be able to talk through that. And I love walking. So for me, doing 20 Ks a day, I'm happy as Larry. But the public toilet situation and the food situation was...
Everyone got sick.
I nearly died.
Oh, man. I was okay, and then everyone was horrible. I think you'd just gotten better, and I was doing an interview with Sunrise, I think, on the satellite, and Koshi's talking to me, and how's it going over there? Oh, yeah, really good. And then my stomach's just gone... And you can see this look on my face, like, okay. And I'm answering all the questions with one-word answers. How's it going over there? Good. You know, when you're focusing on your brain power and what you're going to say, and you're thinking you're on national television and Olivia Newton-John's watching, and you're going to raise all this money and you've got to get everything right, and then my stomach just went, Burr. And finally, I'm the next person to get the food poisoning. Stomach's like, Burr. And I'm answering all Koshi's questions really, really quickly with one-word answers. And finally, I finished the interview. And you know when you think it's a fart, but it's not? And it's a shart? So I basically sharted on national television. So I'm walking back to my hotel room, and guess who runs around the corner with her arms wide open to say goodbye because she's about to get on the bus to go to the airport to go home? She hugged me when I had a turd in my pants.
Oh, yeah. is true friendship. Through thick or thin, through shitty situations. Yeah.
That's a lot of love. What do you remember from the walk?
Apart from, all the dead animals and
Danny Minogue.
people. I love Danny. She was
Cool. Phyllis Diller, Cliff Richard.
And what's her name? Chantel Delaney, was it Divine?
Yeah, she was
a
cool.
little sweetie. You, of course.
Me.
and you're sharding. And and John Scott was really lovely, and Amy Skye. Do you remember Amy Skye?
Yeah.
Olivia's. She was a really, really beautiful woman who I ended up having lots of wonderful conversations
How
with.
funny was it at the start of the walk when Olivia Newton-John go, okay, before we walk today, let's all hold hands and we're going to sing a song, and she'd sing Xanadu or something like that.
And we're like, this is mad.
Yeah,
I know.
It was bizarre. It was like our own little private Olivia Newton-John concert.
Yeah, it
I
was
loved
wonderful.
it. That was an incredible time, and it built a hospital, which is all about what we're talking about. It's the wellness stuff in line with all the latest medical technology. Yeah. So you're an incredible, beautiful woman. For at one point in time, you're the world's most downloaded woman. You're 3 million followers on Facebook. You'd be doing modelling jobs pretty much every day of the week. Have you ever been in a difficult situation where a man has said something or done something where he shouldn't have? Because there's a massive movement, the hashtag Me Too movement at the moment.
Oh, gosh.
I just want to get your take on that, because there's so many men that careers are pretty much kaput. Some for good reasons. Some I think they've probably taken it a little bit too far. The Weinsteins, the Kevin Spacey, Dustin Hoffman, Richard Dreyfuss, George Bush, Nick Carter, Louis C.K., Matt Lauer, Jeremy Piven, Jeffrey Rush, Steven Seagal, Michael
Goldman?
Douglas,
Sorry.
Morgan Spurlock. And actually Morgan Spurlock, he preempted the media by saying, I might have called a girl hot pants. She might try and sue me. He's mentioned a few things that he did as well. Since he did it, and I wasn't going to say this, but I will as well, I won't mention any names, but there is a girl that came out on Facebook a few weeks ago and said, now that we've all talked about Don Burke, the old gardening guy, being an arsehole, let's talk about the guy who hosted The Late Show on Big Brother and was the voiceover guy. And a lot of people who were friends with her on Facebook called me and said, "What'd you do to this girl?" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" I freaked out. I prided myself in being the nicest guy on television. And anyway, I Googled her name, and she'd friend requested me, and I hadn't accepted it because I guess I didn't know who she was or something like that. But it turned out it was someone that I worked with who was behind the scenes, and messaged her, "Hey, listen, what happened? I'm really sorry if I've done something wrong. Can we talk about it?" Didn't reply.
Right.
And then wrote on her post, because I accepted her friend request, he just said to me and my friend at the Big Brother rap party when I introduced my girlfriend, that a girl that she was dating, so I said, apparently, "Can I watch?" Which is a dirtbag shit thing to say, but it was a joking, drunk, stupid thing to say, and at a rap party. But and I'm sorry for saying that.
Right.
But is that something that someone should come out on Facebook and make out that I've raped someone or done something horrible?
I mean, I disagree. I do not think that is the cause for that. Although, I'm a very my sense of humour is, I think, quite guttural, and I love to take the piss, and I take the piss at myself and with other people. And I think, with all due, obviously you want to be mindful of other people's, sensibilities. Yeah. But I personally, I've worked with Don Burke, for example, and I had a fantastic time with him. He shot with my father when he was still alive, and we had such a great day. And so my personal experience with him was that of a hilarious guy. He was funny. It was possibly a couple of innuendos, but at no stage did I feel threatened or did I find it inappropriate. So therefore, I'm taking a stance for him, because all I can do is, that's my experience. Yeah. However, I have experienced lasciviousness to next level, and it's not just in the industry; it's just normal guys on the streets as well. It's everywhere, and I felt uncomfortable with that, and that is not okay. If you feel unsafe or you feel someone's actually grappling you, then I mean that for me equates to sexual harassment. But a funny joke or someone who has got great intentions but might be a bit tiddly or whatever. Yeah. I just
what about Craig McLaughlin? I mean, I know your mate Erica Haynatz, who's an amazing talent. I've known her for years, since the Brisbane days. Great girl, lots of fun, and she came out on national television and stories,
I wasn't aware of that.
and said Craig McLaughlin was inappropriate. working on Rocky Horror.
Right.
She hasn't spoken to you about that. You haven't spoken to her for a while?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible for anyone and to go through that. But I do think, say, for example, you know, the things people have said, if I was to be upset with every single comment, lewd comment or joke or not that someone had said to me,
you'd be a wreck.
I would just be a nervous wreck.
Yeah.
So I you know,
you're only going to watch an episode of Fat Pizza that she's on to see some lewd comments.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean.
And here's a quick clip of the ab stiffy. Can we show that?
Yes.
That's fun. We don't show the whole thing.
Go on then. You showing it?
And now we just showed it. You just do this and yeah.
And 1 and 2.
Okay.
No, that was a lot of fun.
Excuse myself for a minute.
That was a lot of fun.
Whoa.
That was a lot of fun shooting that, and you know, taking the piss out of myself is something I pride myself on, and I think you can't take life too seriously, and especially at that time, you know, I was known as a model, but my actual character, like who I am, it's you know, my true self, is completely different to that, you know, that public persona that the media made me out to be. So it was just awesome to be able to write my character's lines, co-write with, you know, with Paul Pennick, the director, and just completely take the piss
Cool show.
out of myself,
Lots of fun.
out of the industry, out of girls, all these horrors that I've had to work with that really, and I thought, oh, now it all makes sense because, you know, at the time you're going, oh my God, how can I deal with these just tragic humans on a regular basis?
And how do you deal with them? What do you say? Just tell them to fuck off.
Well, can you imagine?
Yeah.
I'd be taken to court.
Yeah, but are you worried? Were you ever worried, like, oh, if I speak up about this guy who's, you know, groped me or something like that, then I might lose a job or might?
No, I did speak up about it.
Yeah.
But I found that my agencies, not Chic or Chadwick's in Australia, but my American agencies didn't do anything about it. So I had a couple of experiences in LA. Because my breasts are real, they want real breasts, and so one guy wanted to feel them, and I'm like, that is not necessary. I'm telling you my breasts are real. And so they made us all lie down on the floor on our backs to see if they move. But okay, so we're lying on it. I'm like, and then it's like I've had a lot of photos, you know, for Nivea, Body, whatever, and for GQ magazine and for several magazines where there's shots of me nude so they can see, and they can see me on a G-string.
Yeah.
I don't have to get totally nude in front of
real,
you.
Why not? Why just shoot them and say that they're real, even if they're fake? Does it
No,
matter?
I think ethically that's okay too. If they want to promote something and it's real, then I think that's fair and honourable as well.
Yeah.
So, but it's just you don't feel asked to grope me. I mean, that made me feel extreme, and then got really upset with me and angry at me and said, I won't get the job unless he does. I said, well,
well, that's an extra fee.
Well, no, I don't want the job in that case, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Call the agency immediately and just said, this guy's inappropriate. I can handle myself. I've always been quite strong that way. But I just think, imagine some gorgeous 14-year-old who had no idea, was desperate for a job. Then that's what makes me worry.
And I think it's the older women in the industry who, you know, speak up about it, and it stops happening. And that's going to filter down into the younger kids that are coming into the industry, and they're not going to have to put up with it. And it's not just the entertainment industry. I mean, if you ever thought that was a clean and squeaky industry to get into and none of that shit went on, then you're in the wrong industry.
Yeah.
But I think because it is so public, and you know, there's so many people that have had things happen to them, and people are speaking up, then I think it's going to filter into other industries, which is a good thing. Yep. As long as something happened and it's legitimate and people are saying something
and
about it,
not
then,
false
then you know
accusations.
the little girl that's a lifeguard on the beach, or you know, or boy or girl that's working in a cafe or in a restaurant, or you know, might work in an accounting firm. I think I'm starting to sound like Oprah, but it's a good thing that kind of stuff is happening. All right, we're almost done here. So before you leave, I just want to do something with you called the Instagram 60-second challenge, which is where I'm going to ask you as many questions as I possibly can in 60 seconds. And you can see if you can answer them, okay?
Okay.
Name.
Annalise Braakensiek.
Age.
45.
Birthplace.
Sydney.
Favourite job.
Too many. Can't say that.
Favourite animal.
Camel.
Best friend.
My nana.
Best holiday destination.
Maldives.
What do you think of Donald Trump?
CUNT.
Do you have any Bitcoin?
What's Bitcoin?
Do you like Malcolm Turnbull?
Negative.
What do you think of Las Vegas?
Trashy but wonderful see Grateful Dead concerts at.
What do you think of vegans?
I love myself, baby.
Is age just a number?
Yes.
Have you ever had a threesome?
Yes.
Have you ever had a foursome?
No.
Fivesome? Sixsome?
I'm not a
Sevensome?
cheerleader.
Have we run out of time? Oh, 10 seconds left. I started writing the questions. I've only got a few left. Okay, can I have some free jewellery?
No.
Oh, okay. Time is up. Thank you. I need to write more questions. Okay.
Well,
Crazy.
there you go.
Should we do the hot topic thing quickly before we finish? Let's do. Okay. It's in a frying pan because it's hot topics. Oh, just grab any.
Am I grabbing?
Grab any topic that you like, and
Okay.
I have no idea what it is.
Camel toes.
Camel toes. This was put in there because we have an Instagram girl that we follow by the name of Hilda Kameltovic, and she loves the camel toe, and it's coming back into fashion. What do you think?
I have to disagree with Hilda Camel Toe because my lingerie that I design is specifically anti-camel toe because with seam down the middle, I don't think it's a good look. It's extremely uncomfortable to experience camel toe, and I don't really think it's a good look. So
Anti-camel toe lingerie, so it pushes in from the sides, not out from the middle.
It doesn't split down the middle. It just nicely holds the package.
Annalise Braakensiek, it has been an absolute pleasure talking about camel toes and everything in between.
There we go.
Thank you for watching On The Mic. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and also like us on Facebook. Go to patreon.com/On The Mic so we can pay Sam, Josh, and everyone that's involved in making this brilliant show. Well, it's brilliant because I say so. But thank you to this beautiful woman, Annalise Braakensiek. Where can they follow you and find you online?
I am Annalise with Love on Instagram. Annalise with Love Lunch is my cooking Instagram. Annalise with Love Jewellery or Annalise Braakensiek is my public Facebook page.
How do you spell Braakensiek?
Braakensiek.
Nice. That's cool.
Or my website where you can buy my jewellery.
You are an intelligent, beautiful woman, and thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to have you on, and it's really good to get to know the real you deep down and show you got some brains, girl.
Oh, thanks, sweetheart. I really appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Let's go for a swim.
Yes.